Blackberry Ridge. What we're going to be working on today is going to be canning some of our beautiful yellowneck squash. What happened was when I went out to the garden, I found where our yellowneck squash and our zucchinis have gotten taken over by the squash vine borer. And so the plants are dead and dying. They need to come up, but I needed to salvage as much as I can. We can't use all of this very quickly, so to save it, we're going to be putting it in the jar. We're going to be jarring it today. Now, I am not a federal agent of canning, if you want to call it that. So this is the way that I do it. I don't know if it's in a book that says to do it this way. This is just the way that I do it, and we have great success with it. What we'll be doing this winter is we will be taking this and we will bread it and we will fry it. And then we'll be able to have some goodness from our garden and be able to use every smidgen of goodness. Okay, so the first thing that I'm going to do is I've got my squash. They have been washed. And I'm going to cut off the end. Can you see it okay, Ambi?
Yep.
I'll cut off the ends. Do I need to turn it any way or anything? Oops. Put that in the trash there. And then I'm going to cut them in half. This is a small one, so I'll use the small seed. All in through here is seeds. We don't want the seeds. So I'm going to
decore it.
I'm going to pull out all the seeds. Now this is not waste. Our chickens will be getting this.
And maybe the ends, maybe I can get some of them for my rabbit on the ends.
Yeah. I don't know if rabbits like this or not, but yeah, you can try it. So I'm just really, put this over here, you can see better. I'm scraping out all of these seeds into the bowl. This one's not wanting to be very nice. Going to be difficult. Okay, so that's all the seeds and middles out of this.
Also, you could take some of the seeds and save them for next year. Right?
Now this here is kind of loose right here, so I'm not going to save that. I'm going to get rid of that because it's kind of loosey-goosey. And it also has some bad marks on it. I'm not sure on that, Ambi, because normally we let them go ahead and dry on the vine. So I don't know the answer to that.
I thought we could do the paper towel neck stain where we do the seeds on the paper towel. I was thinking.
You know, we might be able to. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just cutting this into pieces that are about this big.
About bite
size, yeah. While I'm cutting this up and doing this, let me tell you about how we prepare this. We take this and we put some flour and some cornmeal, a little bit of salt and pepper in a bag. I then take these jars and open them up and drain all the solution out. Put it in a drainer and drain it out really well. Got the big spoon, I need the little spoon. Drain all the solution out. And then I take and drop the pieces of the squash into the bag and coat it with the flour, cornmeal, salt, pepper. You can put garlic, oregano. Just experiment with it. Have fun with it. Shake it up. Then in a pan, I put a little bit of oil. And then we take the pieces that have been breaded. And I put it in the pan and fry it up. Sort of fry it up like you do fried okra. And it's served as a side dish. Didn't say it was healthy. I said it's tasty. Okay, this one's going to be pretty full. Okay, so now on the stove, what I'm going to do, we'll just leave that one for just a second. What I'm going to do, put this hot pad over here. Got little pieces of squash all over everything. Right back. Okay. In this pot, I have my 4 tablespoons of apple cider vinegar, 3/4 of a tablespoon of salt, and 3½ cups of water that I have brought to a boil. And it's steaming, steaming, steaming hot. This is such an easy recipe. Now, some people say that you may need to water bath can this or pressure cook it. And to me, the minute that I did that, it made this get soggy. So we're just going to fill this up until this is covered with the solution.
Whoa, it's full. She's going to get the stick that we can de-bubble it or de-air it. That way you don't have a mess going on with the canning.
Yes, we're going to debubble. This is just a bamboo
skewer stick.
I think I'm going to take a piece or two of the squash out because I want the squash totally covered with the solution. Can you see that on here where it's totally covered? It's hot, that's for sure. Totally covered. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to take a lid and a ring. I'm going to finger tight it, okay, and then I'm going to turn it upside down. Okay, we're going to leave it upside down for a few minutes. So all that's in this is apple cider vinegar, and I did use the apple cider vinegar. It needs to be 5% acidity, and I did use an apple cider vinegar that has the mother in it. That's just what I personally have on hand. There again, there's a couple pieces in there, I think too much. But I want it all covered. I don't want any of it above the solution. Okay, because it's almost, I don't know, sort of like a vinegar brine type thing. And there's 2 jars of it done. After it sits, then after it sits for about 5 minutes, we're going to flip the jar back over. This will pop in, and it will be canned. Okay? Now, they'll have a seal in there. Now, I only keep these for 1 year. I don't keep them for, an indefinite amount of time. So this will all be eaten this winter. This is just a great way when you have your excess squash, you don't know what to do with, that you can preserve it for the future. Again, thank you so much for coming to Blackberry Ridge. As we always ask, pray for our country. We are also asking people, would you please let people know about us, forward this on, share it through Facebook. We're thinking about having a contest in the very near future so we can try to help our channel to grow. This is one way that we're hoping that we can generate some kind of an income so that I can help to support me and my daughter. As always, Vivian Ann and Ambria on the side of the mountain in Northeast Tennessee saying, save your harvest. Never know if you might need it. God bless.
Thank you.